In this video I'm going to talk about one of the main reasons why some people don't heal, why some people don't overcome trauma or illness or imbalance. And I'm going to challenge the notion and the assumption that everyone who has some sort of trauma or has some sort of imbalance or is on some sort of healing path or healing quest actually and legitimately wants to get rid of and move past and go beyond whatever it is that they're trying to get rid of. Now, it's kind of almost completely, unintuitive or counterintuitive to think, oh, well, of course this person's in pain, they're suffering, they have this imbalance, they have this trauma. Of course they would want to get rid of it. When in reality, a lot of times this isn't the case. And I'm basing this on, years of being in this, quote, healing industry or niche or health niche, and then years of working with people one-on-one and starting to realize that a lot of times it's not because we don't have the right supplement or the right herb or the right diet strategy or the right meditation or visualization or cleanse or fast or detox. All of those things are pretty abundant and ubiquitous and pretty easy to access and find. What's hard and what's challenging is what's going on in here and what's going on in the heart and what's going on in the abdominal brain. So one of the main reasons that a person would actually not want to heal or not want to let go of a trauma or an imbalance is because they're actually getting a positive result from it. One example would be people that go to 12-step programs or go to support groups or have some sort of social community surrounded in focused on their illness or their issue. Now, getting rid of the illness, getting rid of the issue, healing the trauma, going past it would mean disconnecting and breaking away from that social group, which is something that people generally don't want. We want to be social, we want to have friends, we want to have common ground, we want to connect with people, and the idea of over here I'm going to heal this thing, but this is going to make me lose all this common ground, it's going to make me disconnect with all of these people, it's going to lose this whole social aspect of my life. In our mind, it's going to have a negative association, so we're going to see healing as something negative, when in reality it would actually be something positive. So that's one reason why people just won't heal or will stay stuck to where they are. Another reason is that sometimes, no matter how painful a situation is, at least it's safe, at least it's predictable, and at least it's familiar. And we crave these things as human beings. We crave familiarity and safety and comfort. And a lot of times people would rather feel safe and comfortable and have things be predictable and familiar rather than actually allowing the change, which we generally fear change, we resist change. So that's another reason why people won't heal, is because healing would mean change, it would mean the unknown, it would mean letting go of the familiar, the safe, and the comfortable. When in reality, their sense of comfort now is really pretty tremendous discomfort, pretty tremendous imbalance, and not something that most people would actually choose. The third reason that people don't heal or don't let go or don't go beyond their imbalance is that sometimes we're using it as a control mechanism, as a way to control an interaction, control a social situation, control a certain area of our life, and or to control other people. Another way is that it allows us to get attention or sympathy or emotional support or connection, or a main thing is that it allows us to actually have a sense of identity. Let's say we're in a point in our life where we don't really know who we are, we're not sure what we're doing or what we're supposed to be, doing with our lives. But so having something like this, maybe a major illness or a trauma or an imbalance, gives us some sort of self-identity. So we can say, I am this, I have this happened to me, and we can tell that to people and we can have something to identify with. So those are some of the reasons why people don't heal. And now if you find yourself stuck in a situation, stuck with an imbalance, stuck with a trauma, and you've been working on it for a long time, and you've tried a million things, you've tried all the different techniques, all the different herbs and supplements and whatever else is out there, but you didn't get the results, I would highly suggest and highly recommend that you would take these 3 or 4 things that I've just illustrated and take a look in the mirror and examine whether or not you're suspect or you're buying into any of those notions or any of those false ideas, and see if that's what's actually keeping you stuck. Because once things get right in the mind, a lot of other things, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, can start to actually fall into place, and it can happen a lot easier, a lot quicker, and a lot more, or with a lot less time and energy invested. It's just a really high leverage, harmonious thing to do. So, if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you